All right, it's Tuesday, and if you watched last week's video, you'll see that this is the same day as the ending of that video. Today's a new day. So this weekend, didn't get anything done on cars. We spent time building a major, pretty good sized swing set for the grandbabies, so that is done. Now it's time to get back into cars. So you might notice the Horizon is gone. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video, but it is now out of the garage, which is nice. I'm glad to have this garage space back, but just keep in mind there was a car sitting here, and how quickly this thing fills back up. Now those two totes back there are my buddies, as is this box over here. I don't even know what's in that tote. I got to look. This spoiler's not ours. I got to take it back to the guy, and then all these wiring harnesses was in the back of the Rampage, which is also gone. That vehicle left yesterday. I finished it up, I don't even know what day. Finished it up last week, I think Thursday, and I wanted to haul it Friday, but I got home from work and I was just drained, tired, wore out. So I didn't do that. But then yesterday morning, I didn't go to work. So that was the first thing I did, was finished it, took 10 minutes, and hauled it. It's gone. Another good news, the Horizon has sold. The little maroon one that's been in the garage for a long time. My stepdaughter's boyfriend, he was the one that came and helped me work on it. He fell in love with the car. He really likes the car. So him and I come up with a price that I thought was fair for both of us. And he paid for it. And now the Horizon is going to go to him. He's going to drive it back and forth to work. And he really excited about the car. So I'm glad that, a car that we was going to part out got saved and is going to somebody who's really appreciates what he's getting. So that'll be another one gone. And I finally have made up my mind, made a decision. I've been on the fence about this for a long time, about what to do. I get fed up sometimes and I just say, screw it, just part everything and be done. But for now, as I'm making this video, the GLH is still for sale. If somebody comes along and wants to buy it, it's not going to be parted. It's too many memories, too significant of a car to just part. This white LeBaron, I believe the plan is my stepdaughter's boyfriend, who bought the Horizon, part of the deal was he's going to help me get this back in order. We're going to get brakes put on it, brake lines put on it, get the brakes functioning. The little car runs really freaking good. Like the V6 in it runs really well. So this is going to become my winter beater. I love my Tundra. I really do. However, this is Ohio, and they will start spreading that brine here in about 2 weeks, in the first part of August. It's a joke, but if you're from around here, you catch the reference. So anyways, this little LeBaron's already kind of crusty. It's not horrible, but it's already kind of crusty, and it's just a V6 car. So to us, anyways, it's not even really honestly worth saving because it's a V6 car. But we're going to put it back on the road. And plan is, like I said, just to make it, I can drive back and forth to work in the winter. Now, if it's snowing and blowing and nasty, obviously I'll take the truck. But with gas being almost $5 a gallon, $4 something a gallon, whatever it is, this little car will do fine. I live 15 minutes from work, so it's not that big of a deal. This LeBaron, still on the fence on what to do with it. It's too nice to part, but I don't have time to finish it. So this one is just kind of on the back burner. The 90 Daytona. You haven't seen this car in a long time. The ugly duckling on the property. This was going to be a Lemons Rally car. That's the only reason this car has survived. It's been here for over 2 years, and you see I have done nothing with it. So I've already got the engine sold out of the car. I've got somebody wanting the passenger mirror, driver's side tail light, and the hood hinges off of this car. So what's going to happen to it? It's getting parted. It's the next one to go in the garage. The front seats on the 90 Daytona are really nice. The ones in the LeBaron Coupe are tore up and just trashed. The back seat is too, but nobody's going to sit back there, so who cares? So we're going to take the front seats out of the Daytona, put in the LeBaron, they're the same seat, and then it'll become a test mule for a little bit while it's in there, because we have a bunch of those. We have got like 3 or 4 of those turn signal switch pods that 90 and up cars have. I'm going to check all that stuff out. But anyways, the engine is going to go into a Rampage. That much I do know. I know the gentleman that's buying it. And then this car is next. It will be gone. Goal we all know I set goals, and a lot of times they never occur just because, you know, I'm busy and life happens, and I've got so many irons in the fire and never enough free time to do them all. The goal is to, so actually, let me back up. My goal was, as of yesterday, was to get this bay cleaned out, which shouldn't take terribly long. Load this, move the Horizon out of the way, load this on the trailer because it doesn't run. It needs a fuel pump. It does run, but it needs a fuel pump. Put it on the trailer. The 90 Daytona did run the lap when I put it back there. Hopefully it still does. But get it started, get it out and in the garage, and then put this where the 90's at, and either this or the GLH where this red LeBaron is. That was the goal. Like I said, that was last night. So I made a promise to myself earlier this year that I was not going to spend every single day of the week during the summer working my butt off. Well, here we are, last week of July. There's only like 3 or 4 days left in July. We're almost into August, and I have worked either on the house or on the business every day. So right now I'm getting the Charger ready because I'm going to go take it to a little cruise in at the local pizza shop, Pizza Hut. They have every Thursday they do a cruise. So I'm going to take it over there and probably take my grandson and try to get him a little bit more into cars. So that takes up my Thursday night. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we're going to go watch a movie. He's my movie buddy. We go see movies, you know, once, I don't know, every so often. So I don't consider that work, obviously. That's pleasure stuff. So that's going to put me behind 2 days getting these cars all moved around. So it is what it is. So meanwhile, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it because it's my decision to do those things. Meanwhile, we were cleaning up the engine bay of the Charger. Now you may recall I broke the air dams on the car, getting it off the trailer after S-Stack. So these are broken. I'm going to try to, maybe not tomorrow, I don't know. They've been broken before because there's a pop rivet right here that should not be in there. But I'm going to try to finagle this enough so that it doesn't look horrible. So yeah, I got to try to finagle this just so it looks a little bit better. It's not going to be perfect until I replace it all, but I'm not replacing it all right now. We're going to do that another day. So meanwhile, just trying to clean up the engine bay. The valve cover and the air cleaner box was just covered in grime. I see it's missing a clip here. I've got plenty of those, and just sprayed out, you know, a lot of the grease and grime. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's an old car. The engine bay I don't believe has ever been touched. But I found something out. Something that, I won't say this car was misrepresented. I can't speak. But something about the car seems strange. So we know it's been repainted, and the reasoning it was repainted was they wasn't 100% certain, but they thought that the paint had faded, and their grandfather, the kid's grandfather, painted it for that. I don't doubt that. But I also don't believe that this car has never been wrecked. And I literally just noticed this. So if you know L bodies, you know that they have a prop rod. Well, a Charger, the prop rod always sits kind of in the center like this one is. And then there's a clip right there. And it's pop riveted in. Okay? And then there's, yeah, it's got 3 pop rivets that hold it in. So that hood prop rod locks into there. Well, as I was pressure washing this, and I never noticed this before, but what is this? That's a second prop rod. Now, did they do that from the factory? Probably not. My assumption is that the car at one point in time was repainted because it was wrecked in the front end. That could explain why there's pop rivets in the side skirts. Does it matter to me? Yeah, I don't care. Worst case scenario, it's a 10 millimeter bolt, and this secondary prop clip can come off and be gone. So that's what that is. It doesn't show any other signs of being wrecked in the front, so I'm not going to be that concerned about it. Maybe it was just that fender, and the fender was changed with another one. So anyways, we're going to finish detailing of the hood, and my grandson is hounding me to run the pressure washer.
Hi.
So we're going to run the pressure washer. Say hi, buddy.
Hi.
All right, we'll catch you on the next day. All right, so I'm laying down on the job. It's actually Thursday. I haven't really done anything car-related wise this whole week. Last night took my grandson to the movie and was going to go to Pizza Hut tonight, local Pizza Hut, and they have a cruise in every Thursday, but I passed on that tonight. I got to work on the Shelby Charger, and then just needed stuff to get stuff done around here. So why am I laying on the ground? Well, I'm trying to fix the front air dam and side skirts on the Shelby Charger where I ripped it apart. So I've noticed some things after, you buy a car and you have it for a while. You notice some things that you didn't notice at first. One of those is, well, there's a pop rivet here. And then if you look, there's another one right there. And then right here is another one. And then there's another one here. So this has been repaired before. This leads me back to the suspicion that this car may have been wrecked in the front end. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. We're just going to have to fix it. So, meanwhile, I'm going to pop these two old rivets out. Maybe that's not a rivet. But pop these two old rivets out. And worst case scenario, I'll just take some silver paint, a little dab of silver and a little dab of black to kind of hide them. So at least this is all kind of as good as it can be for now. Better than that, because right now it's just kind of flopping and I don't want it to get any worse than it already is. So we're going to try to fix that. Another thing that I did tonight, laying on the ground still, was there was a vacuum line. I don't know where it come from. Anyways, I fixed that. And then I'm also working on installing a blow-off valve on the car. The car's not a race car, but I do like to hear the turbo. I like to hear the blow-off valve run. My stepson's got one in his Shelby Daytona, and I just like it. So we're going to put that in here in a little bit. And then I do have a bigger fuel pump and bigger injectors for this. That's probably about all I'm going to do with it. Just to give it a little bit more oomph. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, meanwhile, let's go ahead and Let's go ahead and fix this up a little better. Again, it ain't going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than what it is. So let's get that done. All right, it is Sunday evening to be exact, and we are back to work tomorrow. But work at the business never ends. So we spent all day today on the road again. Why are we on the road again? Chasing parts. Tried to buy a parts car. That fell through. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into details. But it's the way it goes. We took the trailer in hopes that maybe while we were there, because we went to Detroit, 3 hours one way, searched the whole way there all night last night, and then searched all the way up this morning. After we got loaded, did another quick search. Zero luck on finding a parts car. Well, it may have actually been a good thing, because I'll give you a quick glimpse if I can get this thing to work. Helps if you open the lens, the cover. So anyway, the wheels and tires, nothing special, just some black rims. I don't know what we'll do with those, but these are lightweight seats with brackets made for an L body. So these are like plastic, and the brackets are bolted and glued to the seat, and then these holes were custom made for L body seat brackets so the seat can still slide forward and back. That's just one piece. As you saw in the what do they call that, the picture thumbnail, there's more, but we're not going to get into that. Not this video. We're going to close this video out for the end of the week by saying, why are we the best in this business? Because we do the most work for this business. So this deal came along, and we took it. So we got there, and the pictures they sent me was enough to get us to go. But when we got there, they had a whole bunch more. The entire bed of the truck is full, and the back seat. Probably 90% of this stuff, maybe not quite that much, maybe 80 to 90% of this stuff is NOS. And some of it is good NOS stuff, like a cylinder head, like a radiator and intercooler. instrument cluster for no body. Some other stuff, some other goodies. Some of it's used, but not much. The gentleman that we bought it from bought a 1986 GLH Omni, new in 86. And unfortunately, like with all of us, time doesn't stop and they have to downsize. So he had to sell the Omni, and we bought all the parts that didn't go with the Omni. Some of the parts he had stayed with the Omni, which is understandable, but a lot of the parts was stuff that he didn't want. So tomorrow, well, this week, that's plans tomorrow, but as you know, things can change. I'm going to go over what we got. I'm going to back the truck up to the garage and unload it. And then I will try to go over a little more detail on what we got. So you're going to have to stay around and watch the next video to see what's in here. I will say this. Most of it is L-body because that's what he had. Some of it is Daytona LeBaron, so J and G body. Like the radiator intercooler is J and G body. That's actually going to stay with me. I believe that's the plan. I think I'm going to keep that for my LeBaron. Or worst case scenario, my stepson, he's got an 89 T2 Daytona. So with that, also, yesterday, scroll marketplace. I forgot about these actually. That's why it's kind of being like this. Yesterday, scroll marketplace, I found something else. It was 10 minutes from my buddy that actually he came over here this morning and brought him to me. And then he rode with me. He actually drives. He drove us up there to Detroit and drove us back. He's a friend of mine, been friends with him for a very long time. So it's cool to get to hang out with him as well. But anyways, he went and picked up some 4-lug pizzas. There's 8 of them, so 2 complete sets. They're not the perfect, but they're not horrible. Definitely seen worse. Of course, the tires are all junk, but that's okay. That's why we have a tire changer. We can dismount those in a few minutes and have 4 or 8 4-lug pizza wheels available. One set's already kind of spoken for, but the other set will be available eventually. So with that said, I'm calling it a night. I'm tired. I've been going all day. So we're going to be in the house the rest of the night, not doing anything else. Load this video tomorrow. Watch and see what we got. We'll catch you later.